Rochester, New York. You are now. I knew it arrived. A free smoke.
This man has now arrived on the scene, but will never be the same. The crack era is the movement, called some versus the team. This is Bruce Bader, not a hater, coming to you live from the South Side.
Goddamn boomer! Woo! 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 Shout to everybody up there in the 248. I know everything great. Ain't nothing to it but goddamn I do this goddamn boomer. Staten Island most popular son, lounging low from the 160. And I know what's going on up there. I wanna give a boom to goddamn boomer. Southside on. Y'all know how we boom. Y'all know how we boom. Y'all know that podcast. Y'all know that podcast. Free smoke, no gas. That's it. I'ma tell y'all. I'm down here, down bottom by the 162. And I'm just a cool Yente. Goddamn! Woo! Woo! Woo!
DJ Chris G, the king of the north. Everyone, every time. Check out my man, Southside Unk, on Free Smoke No Gas, on YouTube, every week. Get on it.
Yo, shout out to Southside Unk, you hear me? Raw, just rock. Out there living, loving, and laughing. You know what I mean? Get up, man. I'm at Iron So sick, why we go, you hear me? At 8 games, live, we in the set. We in the rock, oh man, we watching. Shit happens. Listen, lyrically, I'm inclined up here, you hear me? Letting wild, you hear me? We don't.
Yo, y'all know what the fuck it is. It's Barbaric, aka the 5 Mile Jedi, representing that almighty grenade rap shit. Now I'm saying always on my grenade rap bully shit. Now I mean, I fuck with SS Unk, you know what I'm saying? That's my nigga, that's family. Now I mean, y'all tuned in to Free Smoke No Gas, nigga. Word.
Hey, yo, peace to the bro, Southside Unk, you already know what time it is. Free Smoke No Gas podcast. We're checking out every single episode. Let's get it, bro. Believe in what you want. Keep it going.
Hey yo, what up? It's 5-8 Fever. And you watching Free Smoke No Gas, Southside On.
Yo, what's good, man? It's True. I'm here with Unk, man. You already know it's Free Smoke No Gas, baby.
Live, Boulder City. Boy, DOP, De Niro live in Southside Unk. Free gas, no breaks. Make sure y'all check it out, man. We just kill this motherfucking shit. You already know, check me out. Every motherfucker social media, DSP, DOP, De Niro, man. I ain't hard to find it. I know the face of holla at me. I got the dang. Holla at you, man.
Yo, this your boy Chris Gunner. Shout out Southside Unk. Free Smoke No Gas. You already know what it is. We here Photo City Improv tonight. We just touch the shit. We shut it down, man. 1-8. We out.
Johnny Jeffrey, founder of Golden Road, Flower City, born and raised, Free Smoke No Gas, Friday, tune in.
Shout out Free Smoke No Gas. Source, yeah. You know what time it is. Tune in to Southside Unk. You're not playing with y'all niggas, man. Nothing but the official shit. Top 10 in the town every week. You feel me? Shout out to 5-8 Fever too. We working, niggas. Y'all niggas ain't working like us, man. We working, man.
Yo, T-Rock, Cave Gang, gun titles on Battle Camp, man. Shout out to my nigga Southside man. Gang shit.
Bing bong. Don't ever disrespect me by not checking out the Free Smoke No Gas motherfucking podcast, you know? It's Gorilla Nims. If you don't know me, you pussy. Bing bong.
For those of you that have just joined the show, you are now tapped into the Free Smoke No Gas network.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all know who it is. This is Southside Unk. This is Free Smoke No Gas. New Crack Average, the movement. Cole Summers is the team. You know what I mean? It's always Southside, though. Make sure you smash that like button, share, and subscribe to the channel. Free Smoke No Gas. Send all correspondence, emails, inquiries, comments, suggestions to freesmokenogas@gmail.com. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. First interview of the show's history. Even though we ain't been running that long, but this is the first official interview of the show. You know what I'm saying? I got a very special guest. You know, this guy, he's my brother. You know what I mean? We day one. We day one with this, especially with the music. You know, those who those who know me and know how we get busy with this rhyme thing, you know, on the legendary side of things. Literally, y'all know who Shalik is. If you don't know who Shalik is, you heard of him from somebody. If you don't know who Shalik is, then you don't know who Hansel is. And everybody know who Hansel is, Lee Gutter. So I'm going to bring to you my brother, Pastor L, as he is known now, because he is an apostle. He gave his life to Christ, and he more or less shifted everything into that realm, and he's given it up the exact same way he always gave it up on the rhyme tip, just on the Christian side. But he's not going to beat you in the head with it, because Shy always been nice. You know what I'm saying? Shy always been nice. So he just nice with he on the Christian side. But it's still fire. You know what I mean? You can't deny it. But anyway, without further ado, I'm gonna bring in my man. You know what I'm saying? The one and only Pastor L.
What's up? Salute.
What's popping, bro?
Oh man, I
You
can't.
beloved.
Good to see your handsome face,
Hey,
handsome.
Man, I'm trying,
In
man.
my voice, in the voice of Loaded Lux, you know.
Yeah, man, I'm trying to get my Farrakhan on, man. You know, I'm trying to look real young when I'm real old, you know. I'm trying to look real young when I'm real old, man. You know, that's what it's about. Yeah.
Growing up for real, right?
That's the goal. That's the goal. That's what we want to do. We always want to look younger than we are.
Yes.
Without being physically altered.
Organically. You want to just
organic, baby.
Organically grow up.
Yeah,
without
man.
age catching up to you.
Yeah. Definitely, because one thing we did have was the streets, bro. You know what I mean? That was one thing we did have. You know, that was our biggest brother, so to speak. You know, and a lot of us ain't make it through it. But then as years progressed, we could see what the streets done did to ours. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So it's a blessing for us to be
in the position
we in and still have, you know, our faculties and everything looking right. And, you know, we still pretty like Muhammad Ali and carrying on, you know. But what's up with you, bro? What's up with you though?
Man.
This Shalik, y'all. For those who, you know, tripping or whatever, you're like, yo, who this dude? This is Shalik.
Yeah.
He's now known as Pastor L on the rhyme side, but y'all see his name. He's an apostle now. I told y'all.
Me, man, it's me.
Before I brought him in, I told y'all, but that's Shy. Y'all see him.
Yeah.
He ain't got the high top right now, but that's Shy.
Vintage. Was the top because our hairstylist, barber, and all that, you know, always came with the style ups, and definitely when the high top fade came in, that was the thing that just made me identifiable.
This guy, y'all. This guy cut his own name in the back of his head, though.
Oh yeah.
The whole name. His name was Shalik, y'all.
Write it right through the parts. Boop. SHA
in the back of a high top fade, boy. Shout out to Lil Bit and Big Red, man. Shout out to those guys.
I used to cut their hair when they were lit.
But this guy right here, this guy right here, that's the man with the manuscript for that. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted, y'all.
Oh yeah, a lot of the big barbers in Rochester will tell you they used to come to me for cuts before they got old enough to start cutting their own hair.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
cutting out of my parents' crib and all that, man.
Yeah.
14, you talk about Edison Tech. I
Yeah.
cutting in locker rooms. That's where I first started cutting in the locker rooms. Then it graduated to Monroe and then East High. You know what I'm saying? But
Fact.
yeah,
Fact.
even some of the gym teachers be like, "Yo, can you cut me on your break, on your homeroom? You know, on your break?" And I come through and cut them right in their locker room.
See that? But
Oh yeah,
that was the dopeness, though, man.
yeah.
It's good to see you, though, man. It's good to see you. Snap. I see, you know, where we come from. Like, we know this was never in our mind that we never thought we'd be this part. But technology makes that accessible to us.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But as far as the music, we'll always do that. We'll always do that. But now we got this.
Yes.
So now we don't have to more or less sit around each other and poly and tell these stories. Now it's no more you had to be there kind of a thing. You can be there if we bring you there. So I'm bringing y'all here now. Yeah, I'm bringing y'all here now. So
historic. It's
y'all
historic.
see it. This is the first interview of Free Smoke No Gas, and what other better way to top it than with my day oneer? You know what I mean? I wish Lee. Well, then again, I wish Lee would was here, could drop him right in. But see, this is pre-recorded, so y'all gonna catch this later. So still drop them comments. You know what I mean? We will see them and we will respond to those. You know what I mean? And shout out to Hansel, man. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that boy and them two history in a minute. But yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, man. So let's get into this thing, man. Like, word, like it's for you. Where and when did your musical journey start for you?
Started in Ghost Town, man.
Ghost Town.
That's where it started for me with the guard bodies and stuff. You know, I wrote my first.
Shout out to Ghost Town, y'all.
Yeah. Shout
out to everybody
all
from
my
Ghost
Town affiliates, man.
Yeah, man. Matter of fact, we're gonna run a little horn for the boys. You know?
Yeah. But Ghost Town used to be that first spot for me because I was into the math real heavy. Really, Rakim kind of directed me into that direction. Being a fan of Rakim, listening to him made me want to try and write raps with the knowledge in it.
Okay, and, so you were in the Nation of God at Earth's
5%. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna segue into that in a minute. We'll proceed.
Yeah, but just being in that over there,
yeah,
and having a desire to like do it like Rakim did it in my own kind of way, I ended up writing my first rap. It was just all knowledgeable long words. It was a lot of long words. I looked up in the dictionary, and I was just saying stuff I really didn't have an understanding of. I just put it in there because it rhymed and it sounded good. That was my first rhyming experience. And once I had it memorized, many people would hear me. When they see me, they say, "Do that knowledge rhyme." And a lot of people memorized it because it was pretty smooth at the time. It made them feel like I was like it was that Rakim kind of thing. So that's where it started for me. You know, I was like 14.
Okay.
Just hungry with the Black Power movement, with the science and the math and the studies about my heritage, my foundation, and everything. You know what does it mean to be a Black man? I got real heavy into that. I started making disciples quickly. I was into the math real deep, and it became a lifestyle real quick at first. But I was a multi-talented person, so I really kind of like the music side was always pulling on me because see that's the thing about being an artist. For me, I was a fan first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Before I became an
Yeah. Me
artist, I
too.
was a
Right.
fan.
I was a fan too. Facts.
I,
Facts.
I loved listening to all
Yeah.
kinds of hip hop.
Yeah.
I love the
And I had
conscious
Kev in
rap.
the house, man.
Huh?
I had Kev in the house.
Yeah. Right.
I
I know he kept you loaded.
That dude was crazy with that. Like,
Yeah.
boombox, bag
Yeah.
of tape, batteries. Yeah. So I know exactly what you mean when you say that, bro.
Yeah, and that's what we came up in, the boombox, all that. You know what I'm saying? And making at one season of my life as a young person, that's all I bumped in the box was Public Enemy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the movement. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And it just a Juice Crew. You know what I'm saying?
Public Enemy made you feel proud, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot like they didn't inspire me to rap,
Right.
but they keep going as far as the culture and being a fan of it.
Right.
I was always looking for something new. What's the new thing? Who's the new artist? What they talking about? Flavor Flav and all that. That whole sound they had was just moving for a lot of people. I remember I go outside and hear people walking with their boom box with Public Enemy and theirs. But man, it was, the culture had me excited. I was a dancer too. So I was into break dancing. I wasn't into the break dancing. I was a pop locker. But still,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? That just evolved too. So I just was involved in every aspect of the culture, including imagery. That's why, I had that Carhartt with my face painted on the back and all that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was fully invested, man.
Right. Fully vested. That's right. Fully
invested. Every aspect. And 5%. You can tell me about being black. And what you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't knock none of that. I don't knock nobody's faith, belief systems, none of that. Because everybody has to evolve on their own. Have to allow them to grow into certain things and grow out of certain things on their own. Trying to force people to be a certain way, that ain't the way to do it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the only thing you doing is pushing them further away from what you're trying to achieve. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to make you believe like I believe. Like the people I discipled when I was a 5%er, came to me. They came to me. I wasn't saying, hey, let me teach you about the mathematics. You know what I'm saying? People sit around our ciphers and be like, wow, I want to get this. And it seemed like he's hungry. You know what I'm saying? Even though I had my elders in the ciphers that was more in depth and more solid on it.
Yeah.
But they could see the hunger in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? And that was the thing that really kind of moved me into the music real hard, is just the commitment to trying to follow good trends. Like Rakim, one thing about Rakim, his stuff was clean.
Always. Yeah.
Knowledgeable, and made you think. That's the stuff that moved me into the culture as an artist.
And it was also with him, it was the voice too.
It was the voice too.
That tone of voice. There was nobody that had that tone of voice at the time.
Facts.
And a lot of people still don't. Like, that's one of the voices, when you hear it, you know who that is.
Yeah.
There's no mistake in that. Yeah.
But here's the kicker. See, like, once I started rapping, once I wrote that first rap, that was a tester. To present it to people and see what the feedback be. Just like with Fire and Frisbee. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what led me to move on forward with it. When people heard it and they start memorizing it, I'm like, okay, I can be a rapper. I'm an MC. Okay, I can do this. Because as we grow up through life, we're trying to find who we are and what we should be doing. Because a lot of times people will be telling you what they think you should be doing. and you'll get involved in being in boxed up. And really, you got to come to a place on your own where you find these things out on your own. A lot of people want to be things that they know they can't do, but they want to go bad because it looks good.
Now, peep game though. Also, we not gonna forget this too, y'all. A matter of fact, I'm not gonna forget this because that man comes from a talented bloodline too. Your dad is Captain Hook.
Facts.
For the OGs, this not for the young people. For the OGs who know
Jefferson
Captain
Avenue
Hook was,
Captain Hook.
whoever seen Captain Hook, that's his father. Remember when Hook brought the system to East for us, though? We didn't use East High PA system for our talent show set.
Come on.
We had our own sound system.
My father was fully invested. Yes, sir.
Captain Hook brought the system to the school for us, son. Talk about, boy, listen, we had a ball. We showed out on him.
He used to do the block party on Jefferson Avenue.
Yeah, him.
Black Orchard and all
my Uncle E-Man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those were the days when the DJ ran shit.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like the DJ was the most important thing to everything.
Facts.
The DJ was that.
Yeah, everything started from the DJ. Real talk.
So
they had the mic first.
Yeah. So tell me, as far as I'll start with just musically, period. Right? Who are your influences?
KRS-One, Rakim, those two. Those the ones
KRS and Rakim.
KRS-One and Rakim. Those two kind of like took me there. It's just made me realize that this is not just no seasonal thing. This is like these guys can really rap. They can tie things together, make you understand what they're talking about. And watch this, have messages in all of their songs.
That's a fact. You're right about that. They always has something in there.
Huh?
They always has something in there for you.
Always.
I
like rap that makes sense. A lot of rap is just showing off your skills. It ain't you put a title on it and the title don't apply to what you're rapping about.
Yeah.
You have said nothing about what your title says.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't even gonna play with you though, right? I got a title that I've been holding on to. It's two titles, and they both from the same place. I was gonna name two different rhymes. I got one rhyme, right?
Okay.
I was gonna name it Mean Joe Green. The second one, Franco Harris. And the crazy part is Franco Harris just died. He just died, bro. I've always had a rhyme title called Franco Harris and Mean Joe Green.
And those can mean
because I loved the Steelers as a kid. Like I remember the Mean Joe Green Coca-Cola commercial when the kid walking down the tunnel, and then he messed around and turn around, and Mean Joe Green behind him. He amazed, and Mean Joe Green got the Coca-Cola, and he give him the Coke.
Right.
That stuff, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's just for me, and that's just speaking me, because every artist is different.
Yeah.
That's why I don't knock other stuff. All I say is, like for me, like even with us and doing music and getting on keyboards and making beats that like talking about where you couldn't sample. It wasn't no sample.
Yeah, we didn't even have a sampler, man.
So you needed to push keys, actual keys, learn how to push keys, do chords, stuff like that.
That was raw creativity at that time. You had to make music.
You had to do the kick, the snare, the hi-hats yourself. So
No,
as
the
a
melodies,
producer,
the bass line,
everything.
you had to play that. You had to play what you heard in your head as a
Yeah.
sample sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
as best as you or as close as you could get to it. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like that, I got the funk. That's still a bang. That music, that arrangement still bangs right now.
Still bangs, man. Right now, I remember. I think Mello was playing it at. I think it was.
I guarantee you, Mello got it.
Mello was playing it. He called me one time. He was like, "I'm over here." Shout out to Mello.
Voltron, y'all know
like
what that
over here playing cards with my family,
mm-hmm.
and I was playing your song. Your song came up on my list, and they just kept wanting me to play it over and over and over.
Which
and
one? The one from the El Tiki joint?
Word. So I flipped it once I got saved because I kept the beat. So I just kept the beat and just changed the words. Instead of I got the funk, I changed it to I got the word.
Ah, okay.
Down.
You ain't even tell me that. I didn't know you did that. Come on, man. You ain't tell me that. And you got it's a whole nother version to that?
It's a whole nother version I did, yeah. And Mello had a copy of it. And he was playing it while he was playing cards.
Y'all see what happened when he moved to North Carolina, y'all? Y'all see what he do? Y'all see what he do when he move away? You see what he do? You see how he keep the scrolls away now?
Bro, that's old too. I did that in 2009.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'm saying?
I did that version in 2009. As far as I got the funk, that was even earlier than that. That was in the 90s when we did that. But
yeah.
This my point on that is that artists that gave me that feel like it makes musical sense and it makes lyrical sense. You know what I'm saying? We're not just doing spit. We're putting together something with a topic to talk about. That's the music I like to hear. You know what I'm saying? Other people like to hear that just that flow, that hard flow, like Kool G rap.
But everything ain't concept based though.
Right. That's true.
Some of the Fire's joints don't have a concept at all.
Right.
It's the way it's conveyed though, I guess.
Right. I'm saying my preference was concept type stuff.
Okay.
But I still, in the culture, I enjoyed it because I was a freestyle maniac
all day.
I enjoy just coming off the head with stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'm saying what drew me in.
One of the illest cats you would have ever heard. One of the illest cats in the town. Cats was scared of son. Word. Cats was scared of son. I'm not gonna play with y'all. Y'all hearing it from me. We was crew, so I know this.
Yeah.
I've seen these things happen. I've seen people back down from battles because of.
With this, man. There was times we ran into Gasco. I was by myself.
Yeah.
Gasco, and I ran into.
That was our rival. That was seriously our rival. Timberland wasn't even our rival.
Right.
Gas Company was our rival for whatever reason.
They catch me at jumping jack. They'd be like, "Uh-oh, here you go."
And they couldn't do nothing with us, man.
They'd be having a cipher and they'd stop their cipher because they see me coming. Because I used to be so hungry, I would die. And they'd be like, "Yo, you just took over the cipher, bro. Chill out."
Shout out to Gas Company, man. Shout out to DJ 99. Shout out to Hassan. Shout out to Nefarious. And I always ask this question every few years. Where is Nefarious? I would love to see her. I haven't seen her since. I don't know what's going on, but I tell you what, y'all, that one was one of the illest chicks too. With that pen, she did her due. She did her due. Word. She did her due, man. With that, and then listen to the name. Her name was Nefarious. Wasn't no girly cool, whatever rock or T-Rock or nah. Wasn't none of that. And she wasn't playing either. She wasn't no little shorty. She wasn't no big girl either, but she was. You wasn't gonna just grab her, bruh, if it got down to that. But besides that, tell me this. Because you can sing too. You could sing, right?
Yeah,
What
that's true.
made you gravitate towards hip hop more instead of R&B, being that you can sing and probably knew how to sing before you could rap?
Well, a lot of that was shower singing that evolved. But
Right.
like we was just talking about, put it out there, tested it, and people more gravitated more towards my bars, my rap, than my singing.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
some heads liked it when they heard me singing, like, oh, we got a voice. But overall, everything that we was doing, bro, and everything we do, we put it out there as a teaser to see what feedback we get back. That's the difference, man, because we got a lot of people trying to do stuff they're not built to do. You know what I'm saying?
You're right about that. You're right about that.
You just want to be a rapper because it look good and you like it. You like,
yeah.
But then you
don't know what the work is. We don't know the work that you got to do in the back room.
Put into it.
Yeah, there's a lot of work, a lot of footwork, and a lot of handwork, and things of that nature. It's one of them things where you can't just go into somebody else's establishment all the time.
Everybody can't be a rapper. Yeah. Everybody can't be a singer. Everybody can't do everything. You got to find where you are.
The technology done made people spoiled, bro.
Right, that's true. It's becoming
they don't have to work really hard to do none of it. Now they done program these machines they pushing out now that know how to do all of that for you.
Facts.
And I don't know. Because I don't embrace all of it and I stay true to what works for me and you stay true to what works for you when we do our lab stuff. Does that make us does that kind of put us in a box because it's certain things we just won't touch? I don't think so. I think everybody has their pocket.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. That's what it's called. Just being authentically you.
Yeah.
Just be yourself. Stay in your lane. You know what I'm saying? Do what you know you are best at. You know what I'm saying?
People can experiment and end up getting derailed, bro.
Getting derailed, trying to do that so hard, and it's not working for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's not working for you.
Do what works for you and stay there. You know what I'm saying? It's not, I hear people say nostalgia and all of that, but for me, I feel like music is timeless. Music is timeless.
Anyway.
So there's stuff from the 90s that I'll play now. I'll be like, wow, that's still fire. Still fire. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as the new waves of stuff, that's fine too. But one thing's for sure, everybody ain't built to do the same thing everybody else is doing. Sometimes you just got to stay where you at. And because even the stuff that was in the 90s, you can still master that even more.
That's a fact.
Sound even more crisper, more. Look at Redman and them. They ain't doing drill music and all that. They still got that Hitman tone. He's still spitting them fire bars. Him and Meth still got them bars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And got the boom bap with it. You can elevate the boom bap still. It don't have to be trap. It don't have to be that. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right.
Because people real recognize real. That's the deal with me, is that I just want to keep it real with folk. You know what I'm saying? And that's what heads feel with me. Like they know I'm not a trap rapper, and I don't frown on trap rappers, because some of them say some stuff and be like, wow, you hear what this man just said?
Right. Yeah, it's
some of the stuff they say make you have to listen to
it. They gets busy. It's a cut, man. Listen, man. That's why at first though, it's not. I won't even say trap, right? Because I done heard some down south dudes. That's nice.
Nice, yeah.
Dead nice, right? And they're not even trying to be New Yorkish in no kind of way. They country as they come. Right? And that's what makes them dope to me. The ones that stay with that country shit. Right?
With the
and they throw it in their rhymes too.
Right.
And that twang rocks.
Long as
like
it
that
makes
boy,
sense.
I'm gonna tell you, that boy finessed 2 times. That boy tough, man. That boy tough, man. And sometimes it's, of course, the voice or the beat got to catch you, one or the other. Because you could have a dope song, but you can't stand the voice of the person that rap too long.
Right.
Like I hear a couple people always saying that they can only listen to Meek for a little bit because they say he sound like a little kid with attitude yelling all the time.
Right.
You know, but see, me on the flip side, that's like me saying I can't listen to reggaeton too long. Now that I stand on that. I can't, because I'm gonna hear 30 songs to this beat right here.
Right.
I'm gonna hear 30 different songs to that same beat. Dead just the same, nothing different. But the music. But that it's like enough. I get it. No disrespect to it, but come on, don't do that. But then again, when you think about it, back in when the Jamaicans used to have them mixtapes, you'll hear 50 of them off of. You'll hear 50 of them on that. and you'll want to hear all 50 you'll run all 50 of them back because it was dope.
Because they be going all over the place with the vocals.
Speaking of the beatbox, when did you and Hansel meet?
So
let the people
me and
let's bring
Leon
the people
met
into that.
On Troop Street.
On Troop
on the street where I grew up from the age 12 and up. That was pretty much where we settled. And Leon lived on the street with his mother and his sister. And at that time, he wasn't the dancer.
Shout out to Mama Rhoda.
Yes, Rhoda.
I love that woman.
But he wasn't a dancer or nothing like that. He was more into the boxing.
Absolutely.
He was into the boxing. And he was my baby brother's age. But me and him gelled because he, like I said, I was God body then. Mm-hmm. And I was into the culture as far as rapping and stuff like that. But still, we never engaged musically or nothing at that time. He was boxing. He was on the street. He was like a homeboy to my baby brother. And then we started linking up a little bit as homies on the side a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And he knew I could rap, but we never really had ciphers like that on the street. It's when he moved to over off of Hudson, over that way. I think it was Hudson and Ridge over that way.
Ridgeway.
Yeah, when he moved over there with his
grandparents. Yeah.
That's when.
Yeah, shout out to grandpa.
Because I hadn't seen him in a while. He had grew up, and it was through my cousin Tig, and that he brought us together. And then when we seen each other, like, oh yeah, I know him. Yeah,
y'all know who Tig is. Y'all done heard that name. Y'all know who that man is too. See, Tig is our little cousin.
Yeah. He been with us.
Y'all big homie. That's our little cousin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That boy know every rap. I guarantee you, Tig know more of our raps than we know of our own, son.
Facts.
Like for real. That boy will quote something right now that you spit in 89.
Oh yeah.
And will spit it like he just heard it yesterday. You won't even, I could guarantee you won't even know the rhyme. Because Tig got our original masters, bro. Think about that. Because we always gave Tig a copy.
Give him a copy. Oh
yeah. If
And
nobody else got a copy from us, we made sure we gave Tig a copy.
he got a whole library.
Tig got a time machine, man.
Got a whole library.
Let
I was
that
just
yo
with him.
listen.
I know he got a whole library.
Those who know, those who in the music and rock with Tig, y'all already know what I'm talking about. Tig done got some music from you, and you probably ain't even got it no more. And he will not give you a copy of your own.
He won't even
That's
give you
how
a copy
Tig
of your
is
own
with it.
stuff.
Tig not even gonna give
Right.
you a
Nah,
copy
he don't
of your
want to lose
own
it.
shit.
That's a fact. Yeah, he don't want to lose it. So he like,
He
look,
can't.
I
You
ain't.
giving me
you
a
got
copy of
get it
what you
another
have.
way.
You giving me a copy of a copy. You giving me a third generation. I gave you a second generation, fresh off the original tape, and you gonna tell me I can't get mine? He's sugaring us. I love Tig for that. I love him for that because Tig is our archive. You heard?
Yes, sir.
He's our archive, man.
He brought me and Leon together initially to try and make us battle on the dancing tip. When Leon seen when
Oh,
we seen each
word.
other, when we seen each other, he was like, "Oh, you talking about Jeff from Shalik from Troop Street? You dance now?" Yeah, and we started showing off what we
See?
do.
I never knew this. I'm enjoying this, y'all. I'm in tune.
We wasn't battling. We was just showing off what we got. Tig was
Yeah.
sitting back in his mind like, yeah, do that thing you used to do in front of me. And then he telling me, do that thing that I used to do in front of him. He just getting us all worked up. You know what I'm saying? Want to see us go at it a little bit. But then we just, like Leon was real humble about himself, man, because he was really, he had some stuff, man. Some of his moves, I was like,
Yeah.
boy, if we still hook up and mix this up a little bit, we gonna be something dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
And he just got on board with it. He could have been like, "No, I'm staying in my lane. You do your." No, he started learning my moves right along with me. Like, okay, I'm gonna be better at your dance moves than you. And the same thing, I couldn't outdo him with his stuff because he was real acrobatic with his stuff. But
yeah, he was.
that element helped us as dance partners, and then
Yeah.
eventually rapping. He started memorizing the raps I would write for him, and that's what we would use as shows. But overall, I'm sure he was getting a lot of stuff from our circle. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that he was around that did rap, like you know what I'm saying? And then eventually had to, and he's still right now today, don't write. He freestyle everything.
I remember sitting down with him at grandma's house in that room upstairs. And I broke out pen and pad with him. He wrote.
Word.
Yeah, I wrote with him. I wrote with him. Of course, shit. I bought him that first 5 subject notebook at East. I took him to the bookstore. That's how because back then, that's when I start crossing my eyes with the X. I got that from you.
Yeah, I do this stuff.
You still do that?
Still do that.
See?
Still do it.
I still cross mines with an X.
Yeah, I don't put the dot. Get the dot.
So I had got him the 5 subject notebook and told him, I said, we writing these.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because they had the regular black and white splat composition books, them little thin joints. I'm like, we writing these, bro.
Right. Yeah, no, we need the 5 subject.
Yeah. And then showed him how to number the bars and actually count them.
Yeah.
So then when he started writing, he'll have them numbered. And I'm like, okay, he got it. It didn't take him long to get that part at all. But yeah, he didn't know nothing about writing. Nothing, bro. Like he was raw talent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And so, like with this whole thing about, the transitioning stuff too, like moving from streets and being a battle rapper, like that kind of thing, to now Christian rap, that took some serious help from God in a transformation.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask you, that was going to be the next question. Like, what was your reason, or what was your turning point for going full-fledged into the church in the ministry? Like,
It was tough.
What was your moment? You know what I mean?
Because I had my tentacles was in every area in the streets. I had a serious weed habit. I didn't go job hunting unless I had a bag of weed, unless I could smoke some weed first. I wanted to go to a job interview high, that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
And I was just heavily invested at the time. So it was like, it was a hard decision because I knew I was going to lose a lot of acquaintances.
Yeah.
Everything was about to change, but it just felt heavy on my heart. Like, you need to do this now. I'm tired of watching people die. I'm tired of seeing funerals. You know what I'm saying? And that could easily be me. That was my thoughts. A lot of times when I'm on the toilet, TMI, but when I'm in the shower, when I'm in my own private space, those thoughts would hit me like, what you gonna do after you die? What happens after you die?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What can help prepare you for that? And I tried a lot of different religions. I was an Orthodox Muslim. I was a 5%er. I did all of that. You know what I'm saying? And I always shunned Christians when they come and try and evangelize me. And my mother was one of the biggest evangelizers trying to evangelize me. I kept saying, well, when I get a suit, I'll come to church. But ultimately,
Mama Lot ain't play. Never played.
I hit the bottom. I hit the bottom, though. I'm going to keep it a buck. We was talking about Raleigh. That was his sister I was dating. And she basically just flip moded on me. You know what I'm saying? We had arguments. I would leave, and then she could beg me to come back. But this one last time, she was like, get out and don't come back. You know what I mean? And I had given up a lot to be with her. I had my own bachelor crib, my own car. She didn't have none of that. She had her own place, but she ain't had no car and everything. I had a job, but I lost all of that trying to work with her. And eventually I ended up homeless, man. I ended up homeless. Some people thought I was, on drugs or something. Yeah, I was on that weed. Yeah, I ain't on that other stuff. I ain't, but I can't, walking around all the time, running into homies.
Right.
They halfway helping me. You know what I'm saying? Trying to stay away from my mother's house because I know she's a Christian and I ain't ready to give up weed and smoking and drinking because I had too much of it. So I said, I'll just stay out of these.
You're going to hear it when you come in the house. You're going to hear it in there. Absolutely.
Yeah, you can get it in there. And so my sister.
Get that work.
Yeah, my sister was pinnacle in that because I was thinking about a lot of places
Shout out to
I could
Shan.
probably go. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shout out to True. Shout out to Landry.
Shout out to Shan too. She opened her doors to her brother. But she knew anytime I needed her, she was always there for me. We always had each other's back. Everybody, all my brothers.
Right.
Look, if you need a place to stay, come on. You know what I'm saying? But there's still gonna be rules and structure. But with her, I knew I had to at least curb my appetites with her.
Yeah.
She would let me come in smelling like weed and cigarettes. My mother wouldn't tolerate that. Yeah. Don't do it at all when you live in here. Yeah, don't come in here smelling like that. You know what I'm saying?
That tear her vibe up immediately. Anyway.
Yeah, but
hold on.
Yeah.
Before we get into that, because it's about to get real, y'all. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna get some music. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get into video my big bro made. It's called Holy Rock. Of course, y'all know. Y'all can already get the gears going in your brain. It's a TikTok joint. Make sure you subscribe to him. Give him your handle, bro.
Oh, it's Apostolic Artist. That's APOSTOLIC Artist. That's it.
Y'all got it?
Artist. Yep.
Y'all got it. All right, then. This is called Holy Rock from Pastor L, y'all. It's my big bro in the house. Right here on Free Smoke, No Gas. Check it out.
from a city where the block stays smoking hot, where even preachers and cops get caught smoking pot. Drug spots with thoughts and thugs holding blocks. Certain neighborhoods, police not known to stop. Rochester is a place that's cold and hot. You think it's hot when it's cold? No, it's not. Cause when it's hot, gunshots, shows will stop. Christ came on the spot and now it's the Holy Rock. The Holy Rock. Yeah, the Holy Rock. ROC. Rochester is the Holy Rock. ROC. Yeah, Christ the Holy Rock. Came out the womb, destined to be a goon. A black child, born to be wild, headed for doom. In a land, millions of miles from the moon. Looking at people's life like watching a cartoon. It feels different when I'm in the room. You can get the gospel in person or live on Zoom. Streets need a hero to cancel the zeros. Dismantle the weirdos, I ain't trying to hear those. I was taught to be a leader, not a follower. Cause evil will swallow ya, then devour ya. From your head to your toenails, riding my coattail. You gon' fail once the boat sails. Picking fights with guys holding bigger mics. You'll get hacked and robbed for your gigabytes. Keep living life out on the edge. You'll be left dead with your head next to your legs. Prophetic messenger speaking to every listener, letting the world mess with you and keep getting the best of you. God's only testing you, hoping you pass while you're riding in your Tesla. Choking on gas, that was a joke, but don't laugh. That wasn't meant to be funny. I was only hoping to discourage the love of money. In a place where it's dark, not sunny, where half the country can't afford food for their tummy. Crime on the uptick. Soft targets like barbershops and malls get shot up quick. Up in Rochester's like a hot mess. My hometown is the Wild West. Gunshots, yes. It used to be blessed. We was free from stress. Now it's death if you're not wearing a bulletproof vest. Now I'm praying that Christ comes before my life's done. It's not fun trying to survive where I'm from. I'm from a city where the block stays smoking hot, where even preachers and cops get caught smoking pot. Drug spots with thoughts and thugs holding glocks. Certain neighborhoods, police not known to stop. Rochester is a place that's cold and hot. You think it's hot when it's cold? No, it's not. Cause when it's hot, gunshots, shows will stop. Christ came on the spot and now it's the Holy Rock. The Holy Rock. Yeah, the Holy Rock. ROC. Rochester is the Holy Rock. ROC. Yeah, Christ the Holy Rock.
Yeah.
Yep, that was the channel right there at the end too. Yep.
Yeah. Plug your handle again for him, baby.
So it's Apostolic Artist. APOSTOLIC Artist. Yep.
Y'all got it?
Yeah. Go ahead and subscribe because there's a lot of crazy videos on there. A lot of it is straight
bars.
Bars and messages.
Bars on there, y'all. It's bars on there.
Beats and bars for sure.
Get there. Beat us there, matter of fact. Yep.
Yeah.
And bang the like button on your way in here. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, bang that like
share,
button.
and subscribe to the channel, man. So yeah, man. We back. This is Free Smoke, No Gas. I'm here with Pastor L, also known as Shalik to most. You know, y'all know how we rocking. This is my day one, and this is my first official interview on the show. And
we used to do a lot.
We got stories, y'all. We got stories, man, and we have wisdom here. We have a lot of love here. We have a lot of compassion here. We have a lot of education here as well. So y'all just sit back, man, and tune in, man, because Big Bro ain't done, man. He's not done.
Yeah, we got other music too. But man, listen.
Yeah, talk about it, man. Shan wasn't having it.
Well, Shan, you know what I'm saying? She gave me some space to evolve on my own, and that's what I was talking about earlier. We got to give people room to breathe and figure things out on their own. You can't be always pressing people to be like the way you want them to be. it wasn't my time to quit smoking and drinking yet. And she realized that. That's real help. That's real evangelism. Let a person breathe. Let them come upon that epiphany on their own. You know,
Facts.
Happen. I mean, yeah, I was smoking and drinking at her place. I got a job. I eventually got a job. She helped me get a job and everything, but I still was smoking and still trying to act like I'm not smoking, walking in with cologne or heavy cologne on and stuff, you know. But she knew. But make a long story short, that's where my epiphany happened, at her place. It was like I was about to go back to, I was about to move out of her place because I had my job. I had a new room available to start with. So I got a room real quick so I could get out of there and back to my, my routine.
Right.
And God stepped in the way. You know what I'm saying? It was a dream, but it was like he came in my dream and said, look, here's two options for you. Here's where you're headed. And I see there's a bunch of smoke, women, and drugs. You know what I'm saying? And I kept waking up from that. I couldn't even sleep through that. But then he showed me, he said, now, if you do it my way, here's your future. Now, there was a lot of things in my future I thought was done. I had buried the music. At that point, I wasn't doing no music, wasn't rapping, didn't buy no equipment, none of that. At that time, I was just drinking, smoking, and trying to find the nearest party. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
Folks knew I could rap, but they ain't bother me with that because all I wanted to do was be high and have fun.
Yeah.
Like the music, I had buried it. God showed me in the dream that I would be rapping again, doing music again, have a wife, 4 kids. He showed me these things in a dream. And in the natural sense, I never thought I would ever be married to a woman. So that was shocking. You mean to tell me? But it was such a comforting dream. I stayed asleep. I was
How about that, y'all? He said the dream was so comfortable. He stayed asleep.
I slept.
I ain't never heard nobody say that one.
My brother was on his way over to play Madden with me. Okay? And before we got off the phone, I was already rolling up a blunt.
Which one, True or Land?
Huh? Junior.
Oh, June.
Leroy.
Shout out to Lee. You know what? I'm tripping. Because when I ran down the brothers and sisters, I'm sitting in the back of my mind. I'm like, it's somebody else. It's somebody else.
Right.
How can I forget Lee, man? Shout out to Lee, man.
Yeah,
I love that
he was
boy.
coming
I love that boy, man. Oh man, how could I forget Lee, man?
Right.
When the last time you spoke to Lee?
Huh?
When the last time you spoke to him?
Last week. That's my best.
Where he at? Where he at now? Where he at now?
He in Vermont, man.
I'm about to say, yeah. Okay, he's still in Vermont.
Yeah, he chilling.
Okay. He's been there for a minute. Then he been there for a minute. Then.
Yeah.
Okay. I was expecting you to tell me he in New Zealand some damn.
Hey,
you know he'll go.
Junior.
He'll go where the wind take him. Now if it's the right breeze, he gonna put his carpet and get to moving. That's what
he was one of the biggest ones. At that time, I had isolated myself from everybody because I was kind of mad at people because when me and my girl fell out and I was homeless for a few days, I went places and people was closing the door in my face. I'm like, but when I was doing well, you was all getting rides from me and this and that, but now you can't help a brother out for a little rest. But whatever the case, so I isolated when I got with Shanda. Junior was the only constant. He was like, no, you my baby brother. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm checking in on you. Plus, we always used to game, and I want to still keep that going.
Yeah, that's one thing Lee will do, boy. Lee will game now.
Oh, he will game.
Yes, he will game.
That's what he was trying to get at me about.
Yeah.
So I was ready. But as I done rolled the blunt, and I was going to go outside because Shanda was gone for work.
But that was another way to keep you set.
Right. So I'm rolling the weed. I done went outside waiting on Junior. Outside smoking my blunt, smoked half of it, couldn't even finish it. Waiting on him to come. He keeps saying he's coming. Take him forever.
He never showed.
So this is God. Watch. So as I put the blunt out, went in the house, looking out the window every 10 minutes, like, where is he at? Call him. I'm on my way. I'm coming, man. Okay. And while I'm sitting there, weed will give you the sleepiness. So that's when I went to sleep. And that's when the dream happened. And so I kept waking up from the dream, looking out the window for him. But then I dozed off one more time because I'm like, where is he? I was getting mad.
Yeah.
So I dozed off and just went to sleep. And there was the good dream. God did that. And that good dream, I didn't hear my brother banging at the door. He was banging, like trying to knock the door down. Boom, boom, boom. Sound like police. But I was so comatose, I didn't even hear the door until the last
He
minute.
said, I was so comatose.
I
Not comatose.
I was out. But
Yeah.
when I got up and came to the door, man, I was almost speaking in tongues, bro. And I went to the door and I had a quarter pound of weed then. I gave him about the whole leftover stuff that I had. I gave him the leftovers. And I told him, because I was mad that he was banging on the door so loud and all of that. And I told him, I'm good. I didn't want to play that night. I said, because he coming through the door, he smelled like cigarettes. God had cleansed me of that in my dream. But yet there's a key to it. So I gave him that. And he still didn't even want to take it. He wanted to stay there to play with me. That was the devil trying to make me stay stuck in that stuff. Now, somebody give you weed and tell you to go ahead, enjoy your night, you out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He like, man, I want to smoke with you. I'm coming over here to game, man. Let's game. I'm like, bro, I couldn't even get my words out. God had touched me so good, I couldn't even get my words out.
But
I'm not trying to sound super spiritual.
That's all he wanted to do, though. Because at the end of the day, at least still game. Same way.
But I had to force
serious about that game, man.
And I gave him a half a carton of cigarettes. I kept the pack for myself that I was smoking.
Yeah.
But the Holy God in his spirit was telling me, give it all up now. Because I made a commitment to God in the dream. See, that was my problem right there. God said, choose one of these, this way or that way, and then I'll leave you alone. All my life, when my mother would come and tell me about Jesus and tell me I need to come to church and all that, I always had an excuse ready. I'm not ready yet. I need, I came with my excuses. And as long as I was giving excuses, God never held me to that. He let me go and continue doing whatever I was doing. But that night in that dream, the dream was so good. Like I said, it was comfortable. It was a beautiful dream. It was like a dream that I desired to have all my life. I wanted to have a beautiful home, success, and a wife and kids, right?
Yeah.
My wife with her prego self.
Shout out to sis. Shout out to Sis and Natasha Lott. Yes, sir. Yeah. Who you think it is, girl? Who you think it is, girl?
Yeah, you was there for our first. I mean, literally there.
Yeah.
I was popping out.
Yeah. When the water came past the ark.
The water.
When the water came past the ark.
He was there.
Yes, man.
Look
at you. Hey.
He was there when my first baby broke the water.
Hi, Randy.
We out here. We outside.
Oh man. Yes, man. Yo, I tell you, she got when matter of fact, she the one got you into the TikTok.
Facts.
Cause she was lighting it up.
She's famous.
Yeah, she was
She's famous on Likey.
Yeah,
and she just took that over to TikTok, and a lot of them followed her. Yeah, she's famous.
She was doing. She had that set up right. And I'm sitting there like, well, damn.
Yeah.
She doing this on the phone?
Oh,
she's like, what's that? Damn it, man. I like how this switch off and do. And she go fast motion and all that craziness going on. It's fire though. Personality just bursting out of that lady, man.
Yeah. God showed me these things, that I would have a wife and 4 children, and then all of that. I said, you know what? I want that. So I said yes to God with my crazy self. I said yes to God in the dream. That's why when I woke up to Junior banging at the door, God's spirit kept me going on that note. Like, look, remember, you made a commitment. You better stop right now. Everything ends right now. You owe it to me. And it was in me like that. I felt convicted, like, I can't, Junior, I can't. I kept telling him, no, I can't. He didn't understand at first. He's like, man, you can move out the way. You know, you didn't want to hear that. Like, you going to church now? What you go? Oh, please get out of here with that. Everybody was like that at first. They didn't really understand that God had literally did really touch me. You know, and then when I look back over all of my life, you know, almost dead, waking up in the hospital, in all kind of ways. You know what I'm saying? Where normally I should have been dead, man. But God spared me for this situation. And so just like he was holding me accountable, I was holding him accountable. Said, okay, God, you made a commitment to me too, that I would have a wife and 4 children. So I'm holding out for that. And all of them wonderful things you showed me. And all I have to do is stop drinking, smoking, and start going to church and start reading the Bible. I'll do that. So that's why I've been going hard for God this whole time, because he ain't failed yet, bro. He ain't failed yet. And even right now, my wife is pregnant with our 4th baby. He told me 2 girls and 2 boys, right? The first 2 that came out were girls. So, you know, people were thinking that 3rd, I heard you say God told you it's going to be 2 girls and 2 boys. And it don't look like you're going to have 2 girls and 2 boys. It look like it's going to be a 3rd girl. How do you know? Nope, that was a boy. And this one, what you think is going to be? A boy. You know what I'm saying? But my point is, God has never failed me all through this journey, so I have to keep staying with it. Every time I start doubting God, like, he ain't going to be able to handle this one. This is a biggie here. He show up every time and fix it. He makes it known that no man helped this. No man did this. I did it. And that's why I'm in it. Now, if he failed in any area, I'd be like, yeah, this is corny. I'd have been right back. But he has not failed, as far as I know and see. So with that, you talking about my wife, she the one transitioning my music into that, because that was one of God's promises too, that I'd be doing music, be rapping again and all that. And so he had me to go dig up my music, because I had buried it. He had me go dig it up and start doing it again. But it was through my wife. It was funny, right? We was at Walmart and people were walking up to me, just like you be saying, you know, old heads. You're like, yo, Sha, yo, what's good, man? Yo, you got some music for me or something? You know, they want to hear something.
Right.
Certain heads that were fans for life.
They always with you with that. Let me hear something.
Let me hear something. So my wife would be like, because we in the church and we dealing with church stuff. So it's like, what they talking about? They want to hear you preach? What they talking about? You know what I'm saying? They want to hear a worship song? Because like you said, I used to be a singer. I could definitely. Yeah. So that's what she thinking, like, do something for her. She didn't understand that. So I had to go, when I got home that night, right, I had to break it down, because she would not leave it alone. She's like, I'm getting tired of people always asking you to drop something for them. What are they talking about? You know what I'm saying? Because we were so deep into the church and stuff, I just would ignore them moments. Yeah. I would ignore them, like, no, I don't rap no more. You know, so I stopped asking me that. How about where I've been? And ask me that, and I'll tell you. You know, but they all they cared about was, yo, you got some beats, bars, what's up? So I had to break it down to my wife. She finally forced me to tell her, like, what is that all about? And I was like, honey, I could rap. You know, I'm a rapper. Yep. and I felt like the rapping thing had a bunch of cussing in it all the time with me. You know, the freestyle. Yeah. You know, all that. So it had bad memories for me as a Christian. I'm like, I can't do that, because every time I start spitting, it's going to be some disrespectful stuff. You know what I'm saying? But listen to this. This is funny right here. She put me on blast.
I had bad memories for me as a Christian.
And listen, this is facts, man. She literally said, show me.
I gotta respect that
spit
one.
Something. She said, spit something. Now, I had nothing written.
She don't put you on the spot.
I had nothing written Christian-wise. So the only thing I was going to say is a bunch of negativity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or off the head, I'm going to stumble across some cussing.
Yeah.
But she wanted to hear it so bad that she said, I'll take it. Say whatever you're going to say, but show me what they talking about. Because she, at one point, she was acting like she didn't believe I could rap. So I said, okay, I'm going to give it to you. I'm gonna battle you. How about that? Started talking my junk about her. You know what I'm saying? She was like, okay. She heard one curse word and that was enough. She's like, okay, you're not supposed to be cussing. Oh, I tried to tell you I ain't ready for that stuff yet. Back to that.
Yeah.
But she stayed with me. She was like, look, out of nowhere, she was like, I'm taking some of my money. I'm gonna buy you some equipment. She sensed it. She felt God talking and telling her, get him some equipment. I'm gonna put that to work now. You know what I'm saying? And she went and bought my first equipment that you saw when you came there. You know what I'm saying? All that equipment she bought and the computer and all that, she bought that. She bought the mic, she bought the keyboard, she bought all that.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I just knew you had equipment. I didn't know that.
Right. You probably
still
think
2023. Yeah, I thought it was like, yo,
you know I'm gonna have something.
Shot, I got him a setup. That's what's up. Oh, word. Okay, I see you. Okay, you got the screen joint. Okay, yeah, all right, let's get to it. Da-da-da. That's what you talk about when you had the Pro. Matter of fact, the Pro Tools that I made the copy from your joint.
Right.
LE, right? LEA.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. LEA. She bought all that. She
Crazy
did all
part.
that. And that's what I'm saying. She like put the pressure on me. You know, like, I done bought all this, put it to work. Because I was still denying it. Like, I ain't, not yet. I was saying eventually, yeah, I'm going to get to that. But now I want to study the word of God. I want to learn the Bible. And I want to get into that before I start rapping it. Because I'm going to be stumbling and, you know, it's going to make the culture, it's going to make Christianity and hip hop look bad. You know, and that's where we're getting to with you and I talking right now. Because I had to find the balance so I don't make hip hop look bad and I don't make Christianity look bad. You see what I'm saying? Where I could talk the talk without disrespecting the culture.
Keeping your scales balanced.
Yeah, because with hip hop, real recognize real. Don't be corny. Don't try and be something you're not. You're not the gangster in the street. You're not that dude. Rap about what you do, but still keep it lyrical. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
And that's it. Make sure the beats are banging and all that. But it took some time to get me there. My first rounds of stuff, I still was trying to be very easy and gentle and don't say nothing to offend nobody. We don't want to get into that. Even though lyrically it was going to be some sound music, sound bars. But I avoided a lot of that just to be nice. And it made me a different rapper, but I've evolved now. And then I started, you know, at one point I was
having that restraint. Right.
He took it all off.
It opened up other doors in that house for you, though. You know what I mean?
Because a lot of times we don't think past, like with chess, I'm a chess player. You got to think past your first move.
Right.
What's going to be your next move? What are you trying to do next? And that's what it did for me. Playing chess, it taught me how to make moves musically and everything. It's like, look ahead, okay? Think bigger than just trying to spit gentle Christian scripture bars. Figure out other ways of saying something that the culture will respect. You know what I'm saying? Without them saying, oh, that's corny. You know what I'm saying? So once I figured that out, here I am. Finally.
When did you meet Dwight?
Oh, Dwight.
Shout out to Dwight Bryant.
Oh man, that was early stages. I was like
Records.
When I met Dwight, I was with Samara. So I was about 19.
That was my first official manager.
Yeah, that was ours.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we made a lot of noise for him, man.
Yeah, I mean, he put a lot of footwork in for us, man. Like
that was my first time dealing with a production house.
Like, put a lot of me too. I never that was the first real world. That was the real world based on hip hop.
Right.
We was all in one house. It had to be easily 5, 6 of us.
Yes.
Facebook. That's minimum.
All day
minimum.
Mm-hmm.
At least 5 to 6 of us minimum in that house. Not to mention our company.
Facts. Hey.
It could sometimes be 13, 14 people in the house at one point. Every room got a couch. The living room got a couch somewhere, double couple love seats. All that filled up. This over here in the room off to the side, filled up. Keyboard right here, amp right here.
Right.
Dividing the entertainment. Whoever sitting on the amp is the one making the beats at the time. That's what I used to like about it. Because after I learned how to make the beats, I showed Divine. Because Divine was the only one in the house who actually sat with me. Right? Like when because I used to stay up all night. And Divine to be done came downstairs 3 o'clock in the morning. And he'll be sitting there watching what I'm doing. Then he'll tell me scoot over. And I'm like, man, ain't no room for you on this amp. Nigga, this shit so big, nigga. Goddamn.
Yes.
He'll still, man, come on, man. Let me sit down, man.
Come on, man.
So now,
because you know whoever's sitting on it,
we
got
still brotherly. I'm gonna try to find a way for you to sit down if I could. So then he like, yo, man, show me that. Show me what you're doing, man. And when he did that from that night on, me and Divine had sessions at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
Everybody came through all day, during the day, whatever, chilled out, whatever. A lot of time to be me on the keyboard or Lyrical on the keyboard at that time because I showed him. So he caught on quicker than Divine. So boom. And now 3 o'clock in the morning, me and Divine getting to it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So then one day Divine said, man, let me get some time on the board. Let me get some time on the keyboard by myself, man. I'm ready now. I said, shit, go ahead. And Divine sat down there, man, went to cranking, man.
Right.
And was lit ever since. That's when he went on and got the Korg and all of that. That first Korg he had, nigga, Divine went crazy with that Korg.
Yeah. He was definitely, a lot of that inspired him. And I remember because I had them same battles with him.
Yeah, that's where all that rock rising shit started from. Divine knowing how to make beats. And you know what I mean? Because he ended up running that at the end of the day, but that was started by somebody else within the same camp. And the dope part about it was I always sit back and say, damn, if I never would have could reach back there and hit that power button on that damn keyboard and watch that screen light up and sit down and just start pushing buttons and figuring stuff out.
Yeah,
how long would we have sat in that house? Would anybody would have ever sat down and played with it that long?
I know I wouldn't have.
Or would it have just become something in the house like furniture? But we just never bother it. It's just there. Something Dwight put there.
Well, you always been like that. You the guy that's a busybody.
We'll figure it out. Figure it out.
It was something to be messed with. You would mess with it, and then you tell us like, "Look at this."
Hell yeah! It was always tough to find out, man. Hell yeah! And that's part of my curse because I don't know now. It's like I get to the point where I know too much to focus on one thing.
Right.
And that's bad. On the flip side of it, it's bad because there was a time when I only knew like 3 things faithfully.
That wouldn't last though.
Of course.
That wouldn't last because your mind, that's the biggest thing about you. Your mind is looking for fuel all the time. It's a sponge. And once you set your eyes on something, it's a challenge.
I need to be able to do stuff like this, right? What I'm doing right now. And I'll say this on my podcast. I need to be able to do this full time, because then I'm on my schedule and I am in full control of what goes out
Right.
and comes in.
That's right.
But I guess it's one of them things, like they say, right? When you take the leap of faith, right? I could not take a leap of faith and quit my job tomorrow and go straight with this right now. Because as hard as I would go, it still wouldn't pay my bills next month. Or something. You know what I mean? Something like that. That's the reality of it. You feel me?
But you know what? Let me tell you.
But
you begin to feel
in the long run, yeah, it may. Whoop, but the immediate, that be my thing. Even though I know I'm not. Baby ain't gonna let me fall like that. But at the same time, it's a mental.
Timing is everything. Timing is everything.
Look, I got a radio station. I got a radio station line. That's a whole nother piece of software. It's just a radio station. They run 24 hours. And all it's gonna play is us.
Right. Look at God. Hey, but I'm telling you.
But here with the crazy part, it's only me in the back end.
Right. You need some.
I need
co-hosts.
3 more me.
You do need people. Yeah.
And I always said that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you, the thing is, I reached out right before I knew how to do any of this. I reached out to dudes just on the video side of things. I was, yeah, man, we need to link up, man. Hell yeah. I don't get no call. I don't get, yo, I'll come down here, man. I'm shooting. Yo, come check this out. Come sit in while I shoot so and so. So I could see them work their magic.
Right.
And get my pointers. Nah, they never. I never had no one take me under their wing per se with this camera and media part.
You just figured it out on your own.
All of this on my own. Self-made with that. This computer, this digital world, self-made.
Right.
Rhymes, and I always will say this, Rhymes, I'm not self-made. Lyrical wrote my first rhyme.
Wow.
I always say that. That was
my mind.
Me and Money, we was at his house one day, and because he was already rapping, and I think it might have been me who asked him, like, yo, how you do that? How you rap? How do you rap, man? Show me how you write that stuff. How you write it down? And he broke out his rhyme book and he flipped the pages out till he got to the blank page, pulled it back, flipped it over. Like, all right, look, for real. Look, this is when you start writing, and then he'll say, "This is one bar," and then he'll spit it, right? And he's like, "That's one," and then he'll write out two more. He'll spit that. And then he'll start from the first one, spit that one, and spit the second one. He'd be like, that's 2 bars.
Wow.
That's who showed me how to count them bars.
Right.
The way I showed Lee how to count them.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's the legacy part of things that I love about it, because I learned that from somebody who sat me down and showed me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But yeah, he showed me how to do that, bro. Hell yeah. And he only had to show me once.
That's crazy.
Money caught on later, a little later than me with the with the writing, but Money could always his penmanship. It just looked so dope the way he wrote.
Yeah, the way he wrote. Yeah,
he wrote like the girls used to write, the bubbly, the big bubble letters. The A's was real big bubbly like. But then I was more into the, you know what I mean? I think we was on the same type of time. The short, long swoops and whoops and everything just looking like the John. I call it the John Hancock for real because that's what it looks like.
Right.
The John Hancock signature.
Yeah, that's what's really crazy about my situation is I really had nobody to mentor me on my first raps and then thus far. It just came to me natural, you know, once I you know, quoting all the Rakim stuff all the time. You know what I'm saying?
That was the crazy part because I'm sitting up with Kev all night. He got the boom box. We rocking. But I never thought of picking up a pad and writing anything.
Right.
Yep. That's when lyrical was Dre Ski Love. That was his name. Dre Ski Love.
That's way back. Wow.
Yep.
That's way before lyrical.
Oh yeah. Way before that. That's when Tim Sneed stayed. Tim and his brother Ant stayed across the street in the big building. Purnell stayed across the street in the White House. Kenya, Toya, and Kim Lilly and them stayed in the little short projects that was on the corner of Bartlett and Reynolds.
Yeah. Wow.
All of that, everybody was around the way then, though.
That whole area don't even look like what it looked like back then.
Certain parts of it does, but not a lot of it.
Yeah, a lot has changed about over there.
And it's supposed to, though. It's supposed to. About time they did something to school.
Right. You know, they made the little modifications here and there. You know.
No, they made that look modern for real. Two School looked like Two School never looked like it did before.
Right.
The way it look now look like that seemed like it's always looked that way. But like, nope, you'll be amazed at how little that school was. As far as height, that school was little. Yeah.
A lot of history with Two School. That's
Oh yeah.
Good and bad. Good and bad, but
yeah.
Yeah, man.
So when you in the lab, what's your process as far as when you get into your creation, your creative space, when you making beats?
Right. See, that's
What do you start with? Would you start with a sample or do you start with the kicks and the snares first?
Well, I always, when I'm doing a raw beat.
Hold up, before you tell me that, tell the people what DAW you working in?
It's Pro Tools. I'm still with Pro Tools. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Pro Tools 10. Yeah, and I still with Reasons. I got the Reason. I've been with Reasons 5. Ain't even changed.
Y'all kill me. Everybody calls it the same thing.
That's the one you gave me, as a matter of fact.
Everybody that says the name says it the same way. All of y'all call it Reasons. Take the S off of it. There's no S on the
Reason. Yeah, you right.
Everybody say that. And it be silly. That's the first thing hit me. That's the first thing come to my
mind. You right.
Everybody see Reason. I'm like, I got so and so. I got Reasons. I got be like,
I got questions.
Yeah.
You talking about you got
Yeah.
reasons. But
Yeah, man.
so with me, like when I'm making a beat literally from scratch, playing the keys and the sounds myself, no sample involved, it's the drums first. It's always the drums first, and I build around that. The
Gotcha.
drums really set my bars and my raps in motion, because as I'm making a drum sound, drum pattern, I can hear words, I can hear the flow, I can hear what I'm gonna say, how I'm gonna say it, right off the drums by themselves. And once I start making it make musical sense, then it formulates into a song. But when it comes to nowadays, because of you and a few others, it got me into the sampling side of things. I mean, I've just been going crazy with the samples. You know what I mean? Because it's just so much out there. You know what I'm saying? YouTube is loaded. I can just pull stuff right off of YouTube and run it through the sampler. Anything. If I hear it and put a drum pattern around it, give me that. Huh?
Just beautiful things are going on.
Yeah. So that's where I start.
Like the world, like literally, the world is your playground when you in the sampling world.
Yeah, it's everything.
It's everything.
It's no limits. Like whatever I need, I could just play with something and it come out dope. I'd be like, I didn't expect that. But so sampling has taken over my whole psyche. But I never just write without a beat. You know what I'm saying? So now being a producer too.
So you've never written a cappella, or if you didn't have a beat handy, you'll just do a little beat with your hands or fingers.
Yeah, you know, like that just was me. I never really
I had to do that.
I never really liked writing.
I had to have something going in my head, a beat.
Yeah.
Or I'd do a couple taps, then write.
Yeah.
I never could just you know what I mean? I always, if I'm writing, you're gonna see me bop to a certain beat at some point. Even if you don't see me bop long, you're gonna see my head nod like I'm listening to something real quick. And that's that tempo, that's that pocket.
Like I could write to acapella, no beat. I could write, but it just when I get a beat to it, it's not gonna ride the beat correctly. You know what I'm saying? I need to have a beat in mind, and then I need to have that beat made when I spit the bars. You know what I'm saying? Some rap I could rap over any beat. That rap can go over any beat. But overall, my choice is the, you know, like that, like you said, the process. What's the process? I don't touch the pen. I don't touch none of that until I got a beat that I'm gonna be putting that pen to. You know what I mean? It's been that way forever. Even like when I had to deal with Sugar Hill and we were down there and all that, I never just wrote without a beat. The beat comes first, and if it moves my pen, then we got pen work. But every beat, 9 times out of 10,
every beat not going
move my pen, right?
You. Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
so I'll be starting the beat be rocking, but maybe it's for somebody else. It's not moving my pen. You know what I'm saying? You done went
through 4 or 5 beats, 6 beats sometimes before you get to the goal.
Find the right one, right? Facts. Just because it make me bop my head, it don't mean that it's pen work. It's pen worthy. You know what I'm saying? The bopping my head, I'm just enjoying the musical patterns and stuff like that. But when it comes to coming up with ideas, like that's one thing we all dread. We come from the cloth of no corniness. No corny.
That's right.
Like don't leave the lab with our stamp on it. And that's another thing I want to throw out at you. Me and you.
We was real critical about that.
Me and you though, we were tight, man, at one point, man. We were so tight, bro. Like whatever I did, you was with it. Whatever you wanted to do, I was with it. We were out there. You know what I'm saying?
We joined at the hip.
We were joined at the hip, man. We even burned our arms, bro. We even burned our arms, man. You kidding me? And we had 7 or 8 others wanting to do it.
At my firstborn mother house.
Yeah.
We was watching that. We was watching that fucking that Arizona, Arizona documentary. That's what made us do that shit. Tell you that's
Yeah.
what yo, we should do that.
Little Rock.
Banging in Little Rock. Yep.
Yeah. And we did that, man.
That
You know what I'm saying?
that.
And we
inspired
did it to 7 or 8 others.
Now peep this. We never met none of them in our life. None of them. We never met none of them. But what they did made us
bond even closer because we was already tight like that. So it was like,
Joe, I gotta let the homies do what they do. I must do that. We'll be back. This is Free Smoke No Gas. We sitting down with Pastor L. First interview of the year. Stay tuned.
Goddamn boomer. Woo. Shout to everybody up there in 248. I know everything great. Ain't nothing to it but goddamn I do this goddamn boomer. Staten Island, most popular son, lounging low from the 160. And I know what's going on up there. I want to give a boom to the goddamn boomer. Southside on. Y'all know how we boom. Y'all know how we boom. Y'all know that podcast. Free Smoke No Gas. That's it. I'ma tell y'all. I'm down here, down bottom by the 162. And I'm just a cooliente. Goddamn. Woo. Hey, yo, Rochester. Y'all booming today. Y'all know what the owner's talking about. Y'all know what he's talking about. Free Smoke No Gas for that ass. Pause.
Shout out to Southside Unk, you hear me? Bringing you that garage shit. Out there living, loving, and laughing and shit. You know what I mean? Get that Unk, man. I'm at everything. Associate Guapito, you hear me? That ain't game. Live in the back. We up in the rock. Oh, man, we watching. Shit happen. Listen, lyrically inclined up here, you hear me? That wild, you hear me?
We don't. Bing bong. Don't ever disrespect me by not checking out the Free Smoke No Gas motherfucking podcast, you know? These gorilla names. If you don't know me, you pussy. Bing bong. Boy, we about to be out.
Titles on Battle Camp, man. Shout out to my nigga Southside Up, man. Gang shit.
What up, world? It's your boy, Red Lion Mellow from the 585. And you're tuned in to Free Smoke No Gas with Southside
Yeah.
It's crazy though.
We're back in the place, you know. Yeah, see it. We're chilling out and hanging out with Pastor L in the place and then in the rats out. We talk about him life and him journey and thing and him conversion. What's up, y'all? We back. This is Southside. Free Smoke No Gas.
What the guan?
Episode of the year. I'm chilling, man. We got Pastor L in the building, aka Shalik the Legend. Y'all know he's one of ours. We sit at a different table. Trust me.
Yeah. I appreciate you though, bro. I appreciate you. You've been with me every step of my journey, man.
Love is love.
You've been there every step. You saw me when I got ordained. You were there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know everything about me right now is authentic. You know what I'm saying? I ain't running around here claiming to be a pastor and I'm not. You know what I mean?
Right.
I am.
Absolutely.
You know
Absolutely.
I didn't ordain myself. They ordained me. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way it works. Like real recognize real. Like if you put somebody up to be the face of your ministry or the face of your network, they're gonna be authentic. You're not putting up no corniness. You know what I'm saying?
That's
You're not putting nobody out there to represent Free Smoke No Gas and they really not the representative. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna make sure
that's
that
the whole fact.
They putting in the work and people gonna know that, like, yeah, he's part of that movement there. Just like you talk about the crack era, you talk about all that. That's authentic. Like Edo ain't out here saying, yo, Mark ain't a part of this. You out here claiming crack era and you ain't a part of the movement. Come on, man. But that's what I'm saying. So some people may look at me and say, he ain't no real pastor. Look at how he talks, but that's just You know what I'm saying? They don't understand.
Yeah.
I can preach you
Yeah.
happy. I can preach
See,
you
the
happy.
thing is, and it's one of those things where when it comes to church and the clergy, the people on the outside are always going to look at the clergy as a certain type of, they're supposed to have a certain type of
Imagery and the way they talk and
they're supposed to uphold a certain
personality.
stature and all of this, right? Like, say a pastor curse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody in the congregation that's a devout father or whatever, be like the pastor just said the worst thing they ever heard in their life.
Yeah, exactly.
Type of reaction. Like, it's not that serious. He's human, you know.
Right.
And sometimes, like you were saying earlier, you can still be you, but you don't have to be disrespectful, but you know how to communicate to who you are projecting what you're saying to.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to always give it to them the way they're used to hearing it. But at the same time, you can still give it to them and they still gonna get it and they still gonna listen because it don't sound boring to them. It's not beating them in the head.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's something they're still gonna be engaged in some form because the gift of speech and the gift of word, right? And when I say the gift of word, what I mean is being able to do what we do, bro. Like, even though there's so many people in this field, I'll say in the field, because we deal with the craft.
Right.
Right. We deal with the craft. It's thousands that are in the field. A lot of them don't practice the craft. So,
right.
When I'm talking about that, and the crazy part about that is people on the outside looking in and be thinking on some other junk or be thinking I'm talking about voodoo or whatever. You know, craziness. But
yeah, I prefer to
we deal in how we vibrate with certain things.
Yeah.
And it's always going to be a certain vibration because that's what satisfies us. That's what fills us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what fills us up. We don't have to listen to what someone else may listen to, right? But that doesn't mean we don't like it or whatever. It's just not for us.
Right.
Or it's not for me.
That's it.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But people will make that a big thing, bro. Like, they'll make it into like a hater situation all the time. And I hate that. It's like, oh, you hating, you just, you heads always don't know. Certain things are just what it is. It's no hating at all. I understand you. It may sound that way right now to you. Just like when our crib used to tell us, and they all said the same thing when they heard us rapping. Oh, you doing that hippity hip hop, right? They always would do the Sugar Hill Gang thing. Oh, you doing that hippity hip hop shit, you know? But what they did find out about that, it kept us out of trouble.
Absolutely kept us out of trouble. What?
It kept us out of trouble. Even though we did get in trouble, it kept us out of more trouble than we would have got into because we was always somewhere else.
Yes. Still made it home.
Yeah.
Many nights.
Yeah.
But for me, with this whole, with the ministry side of things, with the church and all of that, it's just a level of professionalism. You know what I'm saying? Like even like when you go into McDonald's, right? Even
Yeah.
though nowadays they crazy with it in McDonald's, but still, you don't expect to go to McDonald's, be in at the register, and they MF you every other
Right.
word
Right.
while they taking your order.
Right.
So you want some MF and cheeseburgers and some, there's a professionalism about it. You know what I'm saying? So as a spiritual leader and any capacity you trying to build a platform on, there has to be a certain level of professionalism to it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you want people to buy your brand, if you want people to accept your brand, you have to just show that you have some professionalism about it. But still, on the same side, if you feel like cussing, know who's gonna be over there over you, standing over you, telling you not to cuss. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's the reality of it. Like if a pastor did cuss, he's no more condemned than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? He's
Right.
he can repent. He'll be right back on track. But we waste time on stuff that don't mean nothing, that don't really carry any weight anyway. Like your language, that's you're framing your own environment when you say stuff. So that's your environment. And oftentimes
Yeah.
when you do that often, yeah, it does. There's a science to it, but I'm not going to use this opportunity to talk about that.
Right.
But overall, yeah, you want to be careful with your words all the time. If you always cussing, then your atmosphere gonna be pretty dark. You're gonna wonder why stuff keep happening to you. You know what I'm saying? The more positive stuff you put out into the air with your tongue, it's going to bring back those positive results. But that's
You're
another
right.
story. So,
You're
but
right.
me as a spiritual leader, I'm going to always, or whatever I do, whatever I do, I'm still going to provide and like we was raised that when an elder is around us, we don't cuss. When you around the elder, now some elders do cuss, so they it's whatever with them. But when you around certain elders, you be like, oh, they go auntie or this person, and you ain't gonna cuss around them. You gonna curve your mouth. You know what I'm saying? But that because that was something that was ingrained in our DNA. You know what I'm saying? And for me as an artist,
Yeah.
I still convey and communicate my messages and my craft without having to go there. You know what I'm saying? But boy, there's some rhymes I was writing. I'm gonna keep it a buck. There was some rhymes I was writing. I was like, man, a good MF right there. Oh my God, send this thing in give him some good smoke, But I had to curve it so that when I'm preaching to people, they're not saying, "Nah, I'm not gonna listen to you. You be babbling with that other stuff. You be just talking crazy." You know what I'm saying? It's a professionalism to me that, like, even with TikTok, all the people like they want to hear it. They want to hear the whole song. They don't want to hear just a bar here and just a verse. They don't want to hear just a verse with me. They want to hear a whole song with me.
The whole
Because
joint.
they know I'm gonna be talking about a subject and some topic in there and some things that's gonna make you think. You know what I'm saying? Now that's not my doing, because I come from the cloth where we bar each other to death.
Yeah.
We used to do the piggyback thing. Like I say a
that
few
was the
bars,
thing.
they
Like
do the
I always
piggyback.
tell people that, like, I come from when we rhyme, it wasn't never just a rhyme. Like everything was a purpose.
Yeah.
Everything written, every line was aimed at something or somebody. Whether they had a name or not, it fit when it hit you.
Right.
It was one of those things where we didn't know what sitting down and doing a real concept, or you know what I'm saying, thinking of a hit song to make.
Right.
We got down with paper and the pen.
Did what we did
and just got busy.
Yeah,
whatever
it
came. Yeah,
right.
man. And what was dope about that was because even then we couldn't write nothing corny.
No, it wasn't gonna be none of that. Like we held each other accountable. Plus,
Yeah, we did. That was another thing.
with
We
you,
didn't play. We didn't gas each other up like, yo, that was fighting. No, it was not. No, it was not.
No, we called a spade a spade.
Period.
And when you
Period.
like with you, I remember, like
we was heavy on that, bro. Like,
yeah,
we didn't play
no.
that, man.
No, and I pushed everybody around me. I always had that. I'm like, look,
We didn't have that. Hey, yo, remember the night when we was at Tig House on Fairbanks, right? Yo, this is a story y'all never heard.
I already
Matter of
know
fact,
what you're
we are hour and 48 in. This is gonna be a clip, right? Peep this. We at Tig House, Fairbanks.
Oh my
We
God.
young as hell. Me, Apostle Lot, aka Shalik at that time, and Hansel. We was always at Tig House anyway.
Yes.
His mama there too. God bless her. Oh man.
Jackie.
Man, yo, and
That's
Jack
Jackie right
Jack
there.
say, Jack! She scream his name. He know
Like,
it.
what
So,
you want, man?
right. But it was one night we in Tig room because Tig had the Genesis with the Buster Douglas boxing on it. Bong.
Boy, your memory is good.
Oh man, we playing that, and he had the other boxing, the ring joint with Marvin Hagler in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We was going hard on that.
I remember one night I stayed the night over there. And I stayed up all night.
Yeah, no
Tig done
sleep.
went to
till
sleep.
Sun up.
Woke up. I'm still playing the game.
Sun up.
Yeah, man. But we rhyming one night. We in Tig room.
His room, boy.
Me, you, and Lee. We doing what we do. Tig loving it. You know how Tig was.
He was loving it, boy. We going
he
hard.
always love when we rapping. So then that night, I don't know what it was. Tig took off that night. Tig interrupted us, and he started rhyming.
Yeah.
And remember, and he was right there by the closet door, and he while he was rhyming, he dipped off into the closet.
Dipped in the closet.
And then he came back out, opened it, and closed it back, and was still rapping.
Because the climax was so high in that room that night. He just took the vibe and went crazy with it.
Yeah, because we wasn't expecting Tig to say nothing at all.
He had hit his limit. Like,
yeah, like y'all gotta shut up. Y'all think I can't rap? Bang. Then Tig took off. That was so funny.
He
that
sure
night.
did.
That boy went in the closet and came back out.
Man, we had many good nights like that, though. We had many good nights like that.
Shout out to Tig, man. Love you, boy.
Yes,
that's family right there, man. That's
right there.
Yeah,
He's
man.
always been there,
Yeah,
man. Always.
Shout out to Holly too, man. Rest in peace to Pills.
Yes. But
yeah, man, we had fun, man. We had a lot of fun. Shout out to P too, man. I ain't seen P.
Yeah, Big P. Yeah, he doing
Big
his,
P.
he all right.
Big
He
P
came
home.
home.
Yeah, he home. Yeah,
he home doing his thing, chilling.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I run in the stud when I run into him, but he ain't hard to find.
Right.
Yeah, stud fam too.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Shout
So
out to Stud, man.
But that's that love for the music side. It's like keeps me grounded. You know what I'm saying? Because like the mind is the devil's idle mind is the devil's
workshop.
playground. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you ain't feeding your mind with something, it's gonna feed off of something negative.
It's gonna feed off of something.
It's gonna feed off something. So it's best to give it something positive.
So at least even if you ain't giving it nothing, what you around is still serene, it's gonna feed off of that and feed it back to you. It's gonna feed it back to you.
But an idle mind is the devil's playground. You be sitting there bored, you find yourself in some craziness.
Yeah, that's one thing you could. If you know me, you know that about me. I will never have an idle mind.
You a busybody. I give you that. I give
If
you
I
that. You
wanted
kept
to,
us all
I
going.
couldn't have an idle mind because I'm always thinking about something.
Yeah, you always moving. And
And
like for me,
I think that's
musically,
part. I think that also is that might end up being like I guarantee you, it's some side effects to that, bro. Some serious side effects to that. I guarantee you, because being like that always just not being able to set all the way in on one damn thing in this type of thing. I don't know. Maybe it's a good thing, but I don't know. Because hell, Stevie Wonder played mad instruments and he's blind. So I mean, supposedly blind. But
I think it does more harm than anything because of the fact like me, like I was telling you about apostles, pastors, and stuff like that. The differences between them is apostles finish the task that they're given. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm still where I'm at. Until I build a church down here, I'm not leaving. Until the mission that I was sent here to do is accomplished. You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference. Like some people start stuff and then they never finish it. And they start something else and they never finish that. You got all these projects.
I did a lot of that. I did a lot of that when I was down south, bro, because also when I was down south, I didn't have nobody to vibe with.
Right.
I didn't even have a person that had a New York vibe with him at a point until I ran into New York Underground. That's what it was like destiny for me to find this place. It was like the Lyricist Lounge for wherever I was at in Columbia. Like everybody that got on the stage, you would not think they was from Carolina. Them boys was all different. Every one of them. Except for maybe two out the whole night, be on that down south bounce type. But the rest,
North Carolina, put your hand up.
New York. Them boys would sound like New Yorkers. That's why I figured out why they called that spot that name,
New York Lounge.
And everybody that came in there dressed like from where we was from. It was crazy, bro. Cause you could walk right outside of the club and see regular South Carolina people. But you go in there, it's like you just walked in somewhere in New York.
Right.
Because everything, even the music they played in between, was all from up north, from back home. So I immediately felt at home in there, bro. Mad MCs, dope MCs. I still trying to remember it was these dudes, it was a crew, and they went by 3 letters, just like remember DAP and them, stuff like that. It was, I know a J was in it, BJP or something. But these dudes, man, I had 3 CDs of these dudes when I lived down there. They was fire. They reminded me of home, bro. I'm like, yo,
right.
Wore that CD out, man. But yo, we got to get into another video, man. That's what we need to do. We're gonna do this, y'all.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna get into another video from Pastor L. We got a video called Bars. Bars. That's it. Bars.
Yeah, that's that.
So
funny
you already
face
know
one.
what's about to go down. It's called Bars, y'all.
Bars.
So y'all pay attention. Free smoke, no gas. Southside on Pastor L in the house right now. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel.
If I was to take half of you rappers serious, I'd have to be like Eddie Murphy when he was delirious. My name is not George, and no, I'm not curious. With corny rappers, I'm frustrated, fed up, and furious. Ain't nothing about me funny or comical. Only words you can use to describe me, phenomenal, astronomical, cause I'm a whole different species. I'm the toilet paper, neighbor, and you are feces. Your best bet is to leave me alone or get hit with the 72-inch TV and a back full of kiwi. You don't want to see me, your vision is blurred. My eyes wide as eagles, get hit with the bird. You the type that's scared to see your own reflection. Dracula, immortality's your protection. Wickedness on the inside like an infection, spreading like rumors and gossip at a wedding. My suggestion is that you come with another weapon. I'm a pastor, but I'm also a convicted felon. Ain't no telling, I might slice your watermelon to your cerebellum all the way down till it starts swelling. You're messing with a split personality, bestiality, brutality, fatality with 2 casualties. You and whoever's associated. My bars target all affiliations and those close engaging. Keep your distance or get put in intensive care. Strapped to a chair with C4 in the middle of nowhere, facing a bear. You gon' learn not to take it there when I'm saying a prayer. My God fights for me. Once the light's on me, you gon' get exposed cause what you write is corny. Come up with your own style and stop copycatting with your sloppy rapping, lollygagging.
Yeah, man.
Wow, bro, the screen looked pretty nice on that.
Yeah, man. That's Pastor L, y'all.
Good.
I see it down there. That's bars. Yeah, y'all heard what he said, man.
We just talking. Yeah, we just talking, man. That's all. We just talking.
Love that stuff right there. See, the thing about this craft we in, when I talk about that, y'all, is I know y'all like that. I know y'all did. You're not going to tell me you didn't. Now, there was a time. There was a time.
I had a dream.
There was a time when this man that stand before you, he'll step in front of you, not front of you, in front you. You step in front you.
Wow.
All tall as you want to be, looking like a ring light. Whole lot of might in his bite. Then he get the freestyling on your ass. All night.
All night.
Shout out to the people, everybody tuned in, everybody that will tune in later on. Chilling in the building with my big bro, Pastor L, aka Shali. He chilling. He done laid down.
Yeah, I'm lounging, man. I'm lounging.
Chilling, man. We
because
chilling.
I had to go to where my charger is, man. And my phone was dying.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, man.
So
yeah, man. At the end of the day, man, I just want to say I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of what you're doing, man. And it's been a long. We've been around a lot, man. We've been around a lot and through a lot, and a lot of us ain't here to be on here or to even have a chance to be on here, you know, to tell these type of stories, you know, and that's why I'm definitely Mel Quan had texted me back too, man. I can't wait to get with him too.
Oh man.
Yeah, man.
Can't wait to hear him talking to people, man.
Him and TLD. Matter of fact, I need to, if I could, I'm gonna see if I can get both of them. Get the original
Platoon of Doom.
Yeah, then minus Bay Sean, he the only one not there. But they'll definitely stand tall.
True Love Divine. I seen him on a video you did, but I ain't seen him in person in a while, man.
Yeah. Last time I saw True was he had to be either working or getting off work because he had to join on the vest right there at West Main and Jeff. I had saw Crunch too. Crunch do something with construction too.
Yeah, Crunch doing construction. Yeah, that's my
And
dude.
he's still
right
doing
there.
music. He sent me music.
He sent me music. Yep, he doing it.
Well,
Petway, Mr. Petway.
Yeah. Just gotta just get some more mixing
His
going
brother
on.
Munchie was in my video that video. That grow up video. Munchie in
Grow
that.
up joint. Word. Shout out to Munch. Yeah.
Yeah, Munchie that, man.
Oh man. We had
so many heads that was there,
Listen,
man. We had a good old time, man.
Me, Crunch.
You were there too. Yep. You
Munch had some of the best times of our lives. Our lives.
Yeah, y'all look like y'all
in their house. At their house, man. When they lived on the corner of Frost and Seward, man. Oh man, we had some, man. We had fun. We had fun down there, man.
Yeah. Rest in peace to Luscious Lou. Rest in peace to Luscious Lou.
Absolutely.
Definitely
I was definitely going down the street. You know, like rest in peace to Raleigh Kenton. Rest in peace to Luscious Lou.
Yes.
Absolutely.
A lot of history over there, man. Wow.
Yeah,
man.
A couple other people died from over there. It'll hit me at some. I'm tripping, but that's further down. That's further down. My people's, Byron mother. They even tore the house down. The big blue house that was on the corner of that's Columbia. Yep, Columbia and Seward.
Columbia and Seward. Yeah, the blue.
The big blue joint.
Yeah.
Gone.
Been there forever. Wow.
Yeah, gone.
Yeah,
been there forever. Literally. Not no more. I think Chad and Mello and they mama house gone too.
On Seward?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think that house gone, man. Yep.
Wow.
But yeah, man.
Yeah, that's crazy that things are changing like that, man.
Yeah, man. They moving on through, man. They moving on through it.
Yeah.
We're gonna wrap it up, man. We just go ahead and put this on together, man. And
I appreciate it, man.
Do my editing and all that to it. And chop it up. I'm gonna still have to go back through it and listen to what parts is what, so I know what to make sections out of.
Absolutely.
Because this is 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
Chop it up but listen, man.
Give it to him. Give it to him in pieces like pizza.
Yeah.
That's what I might call it. Slice. This is the huge slice.
Yeah, man.
Number
we finally got it, made it happen. You know what I mean? Because scheduling, our schedules is different and it's crazy. So
mine gonna change again. Mine gonna change again because I had an interview to do chat instead of talking on the phone today at the job. Yep, because I did chat at Paychecks, where I was at before I was here.
Right, you were at Paycheck.
Yeah, so when the pandemic hit, as soon as the pandemic hit,
sent you home.
Yeah, and what happened when they sent us home? Our whole department went from taking calls to doing chat. So that was even iller. I'm like, so I ain't even gotta listen to nobody at the crib. Oh wow. So then it was all chat. So here go me. Check me out. Matter of fact, okay, yeah, we in the joint. I'm about to show you what I use at the job, right? I'm gonna show you what I use, man. It's crazy, bro. Because okay, bomb. I'm about to share my screen.
I'm glad.
Oh, you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, boom. This is what I use. That one. This program right, this joint right here, is a whole shorthand software program. Like I can set it where if I got this program running, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if I start typing, right? If I do that, what it will type for me is this. But the shortcut I just did was this. See what I'm saying? If I type CCI on the keyboard, it's going to type customer called in. Instead of me having to actually type customer called in.
Oh, you had to do that before?
I'll type this. I'll put this in that little program as a shortcut, right? And then I'll put this as what that's the shortcut for and save it. So anytime I type this like this, it's going to replace this with this in whatever line I'm typing. So so if I was typing something and I just went like this, instead of it being that, it'll type that whole customer called in all by itself. So I got mad phrases. Like I got whole phrases, bro, set up by like 2 words. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So I don't be sitting there. Nah.
You ain't got to keep typing everything.
Yeah. I make shortcuts for a lot of stuff. So
and that's all in the chat?
I used it for chat at Paychecks.
Oh, okay.
But I'm going to use it for this one. But I also use it right now for the job because when I'm doing my documentation, same thing. Like if I'll say inquiring about, customer called in inquiring about, that'll be CCI IQA.
Inquiring about. Mm-hmm.
I'll type that just like that, CCI IQA, and it'll type out customer called in inquiring about.
Save you lots of finger work.
Yeah.
You be thinking, boy. That boy be thinking.
Kidding me?
Gotta be aware.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you something. I recorded a tutorial on a program like that. I did it for Paychecks. I was trying to get the program put on the floor because I'm like, this can only help the agents be faster with documentation so they're not sitting in after call longer.
Wow.
You know what I mean? They drug their feet on that, bro.
Fact.
But I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it as an innovation. That's innovation. And the crazy part about it is it's a program that's readily available to anybody, and it's free.
But most people ain't got the drive to go look for it. Crazy.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense to me. Why would Why? Well, then again, somebody got to know. Somebody had to see that before. But then again, I done showed that to a couple of supervisors, and they like, first I'll just like, let me show you something. I won't tell them that I got it in the software. I'll just open up a post-it note, one of the sticky notes, and start doing my little shorthand typing, and it'd be typing out whole sentences and that. And I'll just look at them, and they'll be look at me, and I'm like, you like that? And they're like, what did you just do? I'll back it all out. And I'll break it down like I broke it down to you. I'll say I want to type customer called in. I'll type CCI, and then I'll put it on the post-it note, and then it changed to customer called in, and they're like, how'd you do that? And then I realized
ancient Chinese secrets.
Regular software that no one uses, but can benefit any company that uses documentation that's being put in on calls and things of that nature. It takes away from having to do the same repetitive tasks.
Right, repetitive stuff. Yeah.
Which in turn keeps people from getting carpal tunnel earlier.
Right. Yeah.
When you look at it from a health standpoint. Because most people that get carpal tunnel get it from their job. And their job deals with them having to deal with their hands in some form or fashion. If they're not typing for years, they're doing machinery or something or doing assembly that keeps them doing this all the time or something. That's just the same motions all day.
Right. You get bored with that real quick. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's how people get carpal tunnel, because they do the same repetitive jobs with their hands every day. The same kind of job. Especially like a lot of people that get carpal tunnel, like people who work on assembly lines. You know what I mean? Yeah, people who type.
Wow.
Yep. A lot of people who type are susceptible to carpal tunnel depending on how they hold their hands or what kind of support they have. Me, I got that thick joint, that little thick pad at the bottom of my body.
That's fire though. That's what's up, man.
I make sure I'm right, but that stuff will holding the mouse for hours with your arm on the armrest, depending on how high your table is. Sometimes your table might be higher than the arm of your chair, so your hand is actually up,
right,
and holding the mouse. So you like this, putting stress on this,
yeah,
for hours, and you don't even realize it because it don't hurt.
Yeah, but that stuff add up, man.
But later on, after a while, you start having the little aches. You start doing this every now and then, like not thinking nothing of that. Not realizing that's that. Yeah. So I took them same exercises I learned from Kodak in '96. The ergonomic exercises. I do them all the time with the hands. You do this, you stretch it like this, stretch them out 10 seconds. Stretch your thumb out this way 10 seconds. All that.
Yeah, because do desk jobs, boy, they'll wear you.
I gotta be able to do it. I can't imagine if something happened to one of these hands, like where I can't use one of them at all.
Right.
Boy, I'll turn into like Stevie Wonder. I have to turn into Stevie Wonder or something. Even though I can see everything and still can touch, but I got one hand that's missing, and it'd be the one that I use the most. Would it be the right hand? Oh,
right.
Oh,
right.
Boy, I tell you what, this right here be the Thanos glove. I'm telling you, I figured it out. Oh man. The only thing I can do with this hand that I can equally do with this hand is punch and dribble. That's it. I can't write.
You can't even snap. You can't snap?
Oh, yeah, I can snap. Yeah, I can snap. Yeah.
Okay.
I can snap fingers.
All right, man.
Is that? Let me see. Yeah. What else can I do with both? Yeah, I wish I could write with the left though.
Yeah, I'm getting a little sleepy over here too.
Well, you need to be.
My days start early and end late.
Yeah, 1:48 in the morning, bro.
It is for me. My days start early and end late.
And you know what? I just looked at that time and immediately I thought about work in the morning. Me not have to work, you know.
You don't have to work.
Well, that's all right. But yo, it was good chopping up with you, bro. Word, definitely.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm humbled that you reached out, man, and been showing love, man. Listen,
oh man,
I know you got a plethora of stuff on your plate to deal with, and all of your connections and everything, man. And I appreciate you reaching back to me, man, because we are joined at the hip anyway. So that's
absolutely, absolutely. I don't know what
love you, man.
Oh, I see what's happening. Hold on. There we go. I'm tripping. I've been sitting there talking the whole time. I didn't even look at the screen. I didn't realize.
Yeah, Jeff State was up there the whole time.
Looking crazy. Looking crazy. But that's the thing. We're not even live, so I can always edit it out.
Facts.
Fire. But yeah, man.
Hey, you know I'm riding with you, man, all the way, man. So
tomorrow,
I don't chime in
the welcome home party.
See, that's one thing people gotta realize. Like, I don't chime in on Fridays so I can hear my songs played. You know what I'm saying? I chime in because I'm a critic of the culture, bro.
If you ever pee, Bobby Stills be on there. That's
right.
My guy, Bobby Stills. He be in there chilling.
Yeah, I'm there to hear some new music so I can judge it. That's what I'm really there for. I want to, because I am a fiend. That's why I'm always saying, let me hear something. You know what I mean? Yeah. I want to hear something, and I want to call it corny if it's corny.
Tomorrow it's going down. I'm gonna touch on the Franklin, shooting at Franklin.
Oh, okay. There was a shooting at Franklin.
Boy, that did, man. They got video and everything. Then, a couple days ago, a dude, a young boy, ran up on the dude at the school and tried to shoot him.
Wow, Rochester is definitely
shooting
wild.
Shooting, yeah. They wilding up there, man. They wilding, bro.
Wow.
It done got so weird up here, boy. These young boys, they don't have no regard. They don't have no sense of direction, man, with it. And I ain't even gonna hold you, man.
I'm gonna tune in tomorrow, man. I'm gonna tune in.
A lot of it got to do with the music the music and that's pushing
drill stuff.
And yep. But yeah, and bang, and just so y'all know, bang, this was just in. K Flock done got jumped in the Rikers. Y'all boy K Flock done got jumped in Rikers by the tree.
K Flock.
K Flock.
K Flock.
Yeah, he not from here. That's one of them boys in the industry.
Oh, okay.
Boy. Yeah. He was facing a murder case and all kind of mess. A lot of them either gone or in cases. Like, you see what's happening with Young Thug. I've been following that trial too. I could be one of them that do the everyday vlog. Update vlog about the trial and all that. But even though I probably could get views from that, but I mean, I don't want to engage with people on something like that. Like, we don't know these dudes at the end of the day.
Facts.
That's why the dossier is going to always be about people that we know or somebody know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why the dossier is not episode after episode like that, because every dossier is a culmination of gathered and verified information. So I will never do like a 10-minute dossier. I can't do that. It's too short. Cause soon as you get into it, it's like, oh, come on, man.
It's over. Yeah.
And I would feel the same way, even though that's good for marketing and all that. But the dossier, I want you to sit for a minute, just like you sat through the first one, and that was a number of articles, but it was all from the town. People we know.
Facts.
Yeah.
That's yeah. I'm gonna be tuned
we
in.
gonna link in. You get you some sleep. This was Pastor L, y'all. First interview, free smoke, no gas. We chilling. But we're gonna go to bed. Well, he's gonna go to bed. I'm gonna be up because I don't have to work tomorrow. And I will be right here on the computer, and I will be messing around, trying to find more graphics and things like that to put into my streams. And I want you all to, I want y'all to be good, be safe. Don't go outside and kill nobody. Go outside and love on somebody just a little bit more. That's all. This is
Yes, Lord.
Peace. Y'all be good.
Love you, bro.
Yeah, you too, fam.